In this video, we will look at 10 of the most useless mega projects in the world. So let's get started. Number 10. Ciudad Real International Airport, Spain. Spain is consistently one of the most visited European countries. As a result, a new field opened in Ciudad in 2009 to relieve traffic congestion at Madrid Airport. The field, which cost around 1.1 billion euros to build, can accommodate up to 20 million passengers. Ciudad Airport had one of Europe's 5 longest runways. The Ciudad Airport was 200 kilometers south of Madrid, Spain's capital. So, the field has become worse because there aren't enough airlines. After all, there aren't enough customers. Finally, the Ciudad Airport, which was sold for a little, turned out to be a doomed mega project. Number 9. Dubai Creek Tower. Dubai's Creek Tower is a multi-billion-dollar project that aims to be the tallest man-made skyscraper. With a price tag of more than $1 billion, this design was shown off in February 2016. The builders faced a massive task in constructing it, which began with sword lines. After the palace building began, the difficulties of getting many sword lines to the tower's height, which was expected to reach 928 meters, became a challenge. At least 50% of the structure must be inhabited to be classified as a skyscraper. However, only 30% of the Dubai Creek Tower is livable. The tower's construction is currently on hold, but it is expected to be completed by 2022. As a result, this mega project is presently one of the world's failed systems. Number 8. Interstate H3 Highway, Hawaii, the USA. The completion of the Interstate H3 Highway on the island of Oahu in the US state of Hawaii was fraught with difficulties. The proposal to build this engineering marvel was first made in 1960. Still, environmentalists, locals, and strict environmental restrictions prevented the project from progressing forward. Nonetheless, in 1986, the United States Congress overcame these challenges and commenced construction on the 24-kilometer roadway. It connects the Pearl Harbor Naval Base / Hickam Air Force Base complex on the island's south side between Honolulu and the Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station on its east coast. The construction was completed in 1997, although the design cost was 5 times the budgeted amount owing to detention and other obstacles. The H3 highway is regarded as one of the most valuable interstate highways ever built. It cost $1.3 billion in total, or about $80 million per mile. As a result, the design was a failure. Number 7. Naypyidaw, Myanmar. The city of Naypyidaw, often known as the Ghost City, has been chosen as Myanmar's future capital. The Myanmar government started building a new capital in 2002 because the population of the current capital, Yangon, is expected to double by 2050. The goal was to move the country's capital to the country's center. The mega city Naypyidaw was completed in 2012. It provided colorful installations such as hospices, services, good roads, shopping promenades, gymnasiums, etc. Still, many were hesitant to relocate to Naypyidaw. People stay away from Naypyidaw due to a lack of good hospitals and educational institutions and long road journeys to nearby metropolises. Naypyidaw can be regarded as a failing design because the population is the lifeblood of any city. Number 6. Dubai Artificial Islands. Dubai's Artificial Islands project, developed on the water, is a tempting mega project. However, compared to the utilization of these islands, this design was a waste of plutocrats' work and time. Dubai began work in 2001 to create a fake bank with tiny islands. The Palm Jumeirah, the Palm Jebel Ali, and the Deira Islands were meant to be 3 artificial island towns. However, the Dubai authorities have not been able to complete anything other than the Palm Jumeirah after 20 years. The completed Palm Jumeirah is another extreme, sinking 0.2 inches each year into the water. The fundamental case of this mega failure project is a lack of sufficient planning and forethought. Number 5. Forest City, Malaysia. The Forest City is a new town in the Iskandar, Malaysia Special Economic Zone in Johor, Malaysia. The concept consists of 4 man-made islets totaling 30 kilometers squared in Johor, Malaysia, near Singapore. Investors from all over the world have come to Malaysia to help build this multi-billion-dollar megacity near Singapore. Because 80% of the investors are Chinese, Malaysians are wary about settling in the Forest City. As a result, Malaysia's Prime Minister has declared Forest City off-limits to foreign investment. Following this, the Forest City's construction halted as international investors began to pull out. forest city today has a population of fewer than 500 people. This vast project will not be finished soon, so it can be called a failure. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to this channel to stay tuned for more exciting videos. Number 4. YUCCA Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. This mega project, known as the YUCCA Mountain Radioactive Waste Repository, began construction in 2009 to treat nuclear waste from hundreds of nuclear power plants around the United States. Factors that led to the decision to build the waste treatment plant in YUCCA Mountain, Nevada, were how small the population was and how well the surrounding mountains could deal with nuclear waste. On the other hand, the design was criticized by the residents of YUCCA. Their biggest concern was that the water supplies in YUCCA Mountain would be contaminated, which was the primary reason for their objection. Work on the YUCCA Mountain design, on the other hand, began in the early 1980s. They chose YUCCA Mountain in Nevada in 2002 as the place for this facility. The United States withdrew its support for the mega project in 2010 due to an increase in demurrers and disagreement with the design. Even though the federal court approved the license to renew work in 2012, no further building work has taken place as of this writing. As a result, YUCCA is a mega project that has cost billions of dollars and failed miserably. Number 3. London Garden Bridge. If the London Garden Bridge, which began construction over the River Thames in London earlier this year, had been completed, it would have been one of the world's most beautiful bridges, if not the most beautiful. The bridge's construction was halted halfway through in 2017 when it was determined that a bridge of this nature was not required at the location where the bridge was being built. It was expected to have spent $272.8 million on the project. Many more low-cost bridges serving similar purposes were built close to the London Garden Bridge, which was created to connect the Temple Resistance Station on the North Bank with the South Bank when work began. Number 2. Superconducting Supercollider, USA. A fly-spec accelerator complex known as the Superconducting Supercollider, also known as Desertion, was constructed in Waxahachie, Texas. However, due to a deficiency in planning and execution, this mega project was deemed unfit to contribute significantly to scientific development in the United States and was abandoned prematurely. Originally supposed to be 87 kilometers in length, the tunnel was left after 22.5 kilometers. The United States Congress stopped funding for the Superconducting Supercollider. It scrapped the design in 1993, predicting that the entire cost of the design would rise from $4 trillion to $11 trillion over the next 2 decades. By the time the design was done, about $2 trillion in duty money had been spent on it. Number 1. RYUGYONG Hotel. There is still a lot of work on the RYUGYONG Hotel, also known as the Hostel of Doom. It was built by North Korea to get foreign tourists to visit the country. The 330-meter-high, 105-story hotel, which began construction in Pyongyang in 1987 with Soviet financial assistance, North Korea was thrown into financial chaos after the collapse of the Soviet Union, and the building of the hotel was halted in 1992. In 2018, roughly 180 million worth of ornamental LED illumination was installed on the hotel's outside walls, transforming the entire edifice into an amplified screen of nationalistic scenes and iconography. According to Reuters, the total cost of the renovation of the untreated hotel is expected to be approximately $2 billion. This amounts to around 5% of North Korea's GDP. As a result, this mega project is seen as a colossal failure. Nonetheless, the RYUGYONG Hotel, designed like a pyramid, is North Korea's tallest building. According to Guinness World Records, it is the world's tallest uninhabited structure. These massive projects, which were meant to help countries grow and become more famous, have failed miserably because they didn't plan well or have enough foresight. This has led to enormous losses for the government. With solid planning and forethought, we can expect a lot of good mega projects in the future in various corridors around the world. So, what are your thoughts on these useless mega projects? Let us know in the comments area below. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to this channel to stay tuned for more exciting videos. Thanks for watching.